help anybody by any means. It's just really cool kind of seeing that, contrast and conflict. And there's just all of this great storytelling here. Like I said, from Delia and Stacy kind of running into Toby, Ash, and Cliff, to them finding Ash's parents and just building up so much more into the story. And now where it reaches at season 1, episode 12, they've got a lot of cliffhangers going into this. They have the living. They want to basically invade the undead because they believe that they have one of, or if not 3 of the living people hostage. They want to get them back. And apparently one of the living is apparently captive by one of the other guys, something like that. But honestly, this has a bit of a Munsters feel to it. And for those of you that remember the Munsters, it was a very classic comedy. I don't know if I would say a sitcom, but a TV series that happened where they had a lot of the monsters, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, a lot of these different deals. And that's basically what you can describe the Deadersons as a whole to be. They had a classic feel. It's black and white. I mean, they have a lot of the deals where they have those comedy great spots there where, they have the crowds clapping, going, aw, or ooh, or just, laughing. It's just really cool to see that. So nice to see something old come back into the light, and it's really kind of interesting seeing how this series goes. But what really also stands out, other than the episodes, are the commercials in between. Yes, there are commercials in this web series in which they promote a lot of local businesses, because they do it, I believe that they do it in the Illinois area, if I'm not mistaken, because there's a lot of plugs for Illinois areas, like record stores and pie shops and a karaoke bar. I'm trying to remember, there was one more in there. I think there's like a diner that was thrown in there. I thought there was like a, let's see, I mentioned the pie shop already. I'm trying to think, I thought there was one other thing in there. Oh, a spa place. Oh my gosh, when they mentioned the spa place, it's just so funny. So many of these spots where they really just make these commercials so legit, but also they tie in their whole Deadersons gimmick to it. Like like the record store deal. I'll use that as an example. They have it where they tie in the whole deal with like Ash and Donnie. They meet up, and Donnie's just saying like, "Hey, what are you doing all the way out here? Not hoping to see my sister, are you?" or something like that. And Ash is just like, "No, I just wanted to come and hear like the best music, living or dead." Just really so cheesy, but also in the funny kind of way. It's just really cool seeing that. It's something that I have not gotten a chance to see in quite a while. I actually grew up a bit with watching the Three Stooges, so having that black and white feel to it kind of makes it that more special to me, and what kind of also draws me to it as well. It's one of those things, it's just really well done. I mean, there's so much conflict in there, and it actually is all practical. Like, for Delia, she's had to deal with, keeping the fact that she's been running off to the other side of the land of the living, away from her parents, but then as soon as they find out, it's like, uh-oh, they're in trouble. And then from that to basically choosing who is going to be to be her date for the prom, I believe. It's either going to be Ash or former boyfriend. I think his name was Johnny, if I'm not mistaken. Just a lot of actual real life conflict, and well, not real life conflict, but you know what I mean. Real life conflict in the series wise is what I'm saying. And in all honesty, again, just very well done. I will say this, I definitely need to mention here, the directors, Chris Williamson and Wyatt Elliott, do a phenomenal job of keeping the storylines together. They keep them consistent. They make it kind of build off of the last episode and move on in a different direction. It's not like they're going to just, build off of that same episode on and on and on and on and on. No, they're kind of like saying like, okay, this is what happened in this episode. like, a couple of series back, this is what we're going on with. And it's really cool to really see that. And if you guys don't believe the amount of success that the Deadersons has brought, they actually were nominated for a Young Artist Award for Best Web Performance. So that definitely tells you something that they have done very well. And the fact that they're getting into a second season, it's really cool to see that, and they definitely do deserve it. They have definitely created something different. They've created something new. They've created something fresh. It's just all out, flat out, an amazing show that you definitely need to get the chance to watch. So I do apologize if I am stuttering. It's just really exciting just to talk about this. It's a really good web series that you can find, as always, you can find it on YouTube. You can actually go on to their website if you want to, www.notebookmovies.com, where they also do a other series called FML. Yeah, it's an acronym, and I guess you can probably guess what that stands for. It's actually a pretty funny comedy series, so definitely look it out there. Otherwise, you could also go onto their YouTube page, youtube.com/notebookmovies, to look at all of the exclusive, episodes that they have. I do believe that they also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/notebookmovies, I believe it is. They also have it on Amazon Video as well. So if you're wondering why they're getting so many of these views, it's not only from YouTube, but it's also from Amazon Video as well. So definitely take a chance to look that up. We'll kind of get into a little more of a in-depth deal with the Deadersons a little more later on in the week when I have Victory Bell on the show, because then we can actually, see what goes into the production of making the series, what goes on, behind the stage, stuff like that, without getting too personal, because I wouldn't want to, invade anybody's privacy, but it's kind of really interesting to see how that goes, and I'm very interested in seeing how this goes about being created, and how, like going from humble beginnings to building up into what could be I guess you could definitely say a cult classic, in all honesty. It's a really good web series and definitely worth watching. Right now, they are on season 2, episode 3 right now. So that's about 15 episodes, you guys. So if you haven't started watching the Deadersons, what are you doing waiting around for? Go on YouTube, go find them, go start watching these episodes. It took me roughly about a few months to finally get done with season 1. But it was well worth it. I loved watching every episode of it. If I had to pick my favorite episode, that's actually a good question. I think I would probably go with the episode where they had the Halloween themed episode. I thought it was very well done. I thought that, they had like the whole, like a lot of the undead were dressing up and everything like that. And all honesty, I made this joke when I was watching this episode. I actually sent a text to Victory Bell, and I said, "Wow, I didn't realize that you were an extra on Ted." And she was just confused, like, "What are you talking about?" And I just tell him, "Well, I'm watching that episode of you dressing up in a bear costume." So it was kind of one of those things where, yes, it sounds really like a lame joke for me to make, but I am who I am. It was just one of those things where it's like, wow, I never thought I would honestly see my co-host dressed up like a bear. But it would have been funnier if it was who is it? I think the bear from Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that would have actually been pretty funny. But at the same time, they probably don't have too much in the way of, I guess, copyrights to do that kind of stuff. So probably wouldn't have settled too well with some of the creators of Five Nights at Freddy's, I guess. Yeah, all honesty, it was just very well done. This is a great series. Loved every single bit of it. Only small notes were probably just, making sure that volume is good so that way people can understand what you're saying. Consonants. I feel like I am a director sitting in the audience and talking to my crew saying, like, you need to speak louder. You need to enunciate. You need to do this. You have to come on sooner. You have to do this. You have to blah, 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 blah. That kind of deal. I think another note that I would have would be, Maybe give Stacy a little bit more time to sing, because one of the things that kind of always maybe scratch my head was a lot of times they would do spots where, she was acting like she was singing, and they filled it in with almost like this pop teen sensation kind of deal. It's not a big deal. It's not like one of those things where it's, going to just annoy me and make me not want to watch the Deadersons again. No. It's just one of those things where it's it's kind of weird hearing, her voice as it is to this kind of pop teen sensation, singing voice, that kind of a deal. It's like I said, it's not a big deal, and I only have so much, pop. I actually don't even have any power. I'm just giving a review, and more than likely, some people are probably going to give this a thumbs down, but that's just, that's just the way it is. I mean, I'm one of those guys, I'm ready to take on any and all comers, so by all means, if you feel like you disagree with a lot of the points I've been making, make sure you mention that in the comments below. Also, again, coming up this week, we have a lot going on this week. It's going to be crazy. This has been the part 2 of What Did I Just Watch? For those of you that are looking for part 1, go check it out, where I talk about a lot of movies that have been probably the biggest disgraces to ever hit the big screen. And this upcoming week, we got a lot. I mean, Sunday night is Fastlane for WWE. Monday night, Raw, as well as Raw Reaction on Mondays. Tuesday, SmackDown Live, as well as, trying to remember, I guess SmackDown Recap, I guess they're calling it. I like the idea of SmackDown Breakdown, but it's Max and Spencer's show, so it's their show. It is what it is. Wednesday is, of course, Change the F Up, where we will be talking about Season 1 of The Deadersons a little more in-depth, so definitely tune into that. We also will have on Thursday, hopefully another Smart Money podcast deal. Hopefully that'll happen then. On Friday, we will be doing another What Did I Just Watch, where I will be talking again about movies, including headlined by the movie Logan. So this will be a very interesting week. So definitely tune into that. But we will keep you guys more up to date. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at NateFandGreat. And again, you guys, go show your support to these guys. They definitely deserve it. These guys are tremendous actors and actresses. They definitely deserve all of our support and all of our love. Just a phenomenal job, you guys. If I had to give you a final rating, I guess... Well, I guess I kind of have to, don't I? Because I've always done that for a lot of movies and stuff like that. So what could I give you guys that would seem fair? I would say maybe 4 stars out of 5. I think it's a fair deal, because I mean it still has its kinks and still has its issues, but all in all, the storyline is great. The characters can be relatable, and they're funny, they're entertaining, they make you laugh, they make you cry. It's just a very well done TV series. So, Chris, Wyatt, you both do a phenomenal job. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing what you guys have in store for Season 2. So, I have been Nate the Effing Great, and of course, see you guys for Sunday's Fastlane, Fastlane's recap or whatever it is. It's going to be a mess. Either way, I have to go try and get some sleep before I have to work tonight. So thank you guys so much for joining me here. Let me know what you guys think of the Deadersons. Show your love. And hey, let's get this trending. #Deaderson style. Because why not? They deserve it. Have a good night, guys. Enjoy your weekend.